Yeah, I mean, like you said, we got the momentum and then lost a little bit. They had it, and then probably the same story. Sometimes when that happens, you get away from your game, because you're giving up a lot. So when you do get the puck, you're almost trying to make an extra play, and that kind of fed into their game where they had a couple of chances off the transition, and Bucky made some big saves for us all night, and then yeah, it was one of those games that the third period was kind of pretty even, chances on both sides, and unfortunate balance, and then they get a 2-on-1 and score. So always frustrating when when it's that close. Teams are just battling for points. You're gonna have those throughout the year where you win one late and when you lose one late. But like I said, it's always tougher when it's happening right now.
I thought in the second period you had some of your best effective chances. I'm wondering if it's just a matter of finishing. If the goal goes in, one of those chances, it's a different mindset.
Yeah, maybe. But like I said, I think Hart made some big saves there. But then they could say the same thing where Bucky made some big saves. Especially kind of those post saves. I think both goalies actually played really good tonight, and both obviously there's a reason the game was 1-1 basically the whole game when the shots were 30 plus for both sides.
I know it's going to be disappointing no matter whenever you don't get the points when you need them right now, but particularly after such a strong performance on Saturday in St. Louis, maybe it was us talking about it being a blueprint and stuff like that. Does it add disappointment to this loss?
Yeah, I think you always want to, especially you got a break now. You kind of always want to go in there on a kind of positive attitude on a win, and you don't, so you're gonna have that sour taste in your mouth a little bit. But we know we got to refresh mentally more than anything, because I think physically, we got a kind of busy workload coming up. But we know what we got in there, and we know when we're playing our game, we can compete with anyone. And I think it's a matter of kind of getting everyone on the same page. And I think sometimes, we've had different guys show up some nights, some guys not, but that's going to happen, and sometimes you got to carry those guys, and I think we got to just stick together.
Heading different directions, I guess, after today. Did you get a chance to talk in the dressing room? It seemed like there was a bit of a delay for you guys as well.
No, I mean, it was just nothing special. I think just same message that we kind of said where, get your rest, but know that we have that busy schedule, and for us, the time's now, and we don't want to wait. And then, like you said, we know what the blueprint is making us good, and then we know if we get away from it, especially in this game. I think this game is kind of every team's so good. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. There's top caliber players on every single team. So, sometimes it takes 58 minutes or 57 minutes, and you win a game or you lose a game, and we got to kind of focus on that message that don't try to get too far ahead of ourselves, and kind of try to be in present, which is easier said than done, but it's kind of something we got to preach.
Do you see the break as a good thing, maybe to clear your heads and come back before that? What will be a really busy schedule for you in the final 40 games?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of, we've had a weird schedule where we played, and you start feeling good, then you have a couple weeks off, played, then we had a week off, then we had a couple of guys get sick, so what ends up being a week ends up being 12 days for some guys, but but everyone's gone through that, so it's a little consistency would be nice, and I think we're going to have it, so we got to be prepared for what we have ahead of us. See you guys.
I felt pretty good. As I mentioned yesterday, I didn't have any symptoms, so I was able to work out at home. I mean, obviously, I hadn't been on the ice, and we had an off day, and I had a morning skate, so it kind of ended up being almost 7-8 days off the ice, and then one practice, and so it was, in terms of the hands and stuff. I mean, it felt not bad, and I guess I had, a reason to have some energy since I had, 10 days off or whatever it was, 9 days. So all things considered, personally, I felt pretty good.
Where do you see the difference in that game?
Well, I think it's one of those games where, both teams were grinding. Both goalies played well. It's a 1-1 game, late into the game, but, one team's going to break. And, I think for us as a group, I mean, we had chances, of course, throughout the game to break that one goal for us. But at the same time, if it has to go to overtime 1-1, we have to be comfortable playing like that as well. So, it's a loss that hurts for sure. And, I think there's things that we can clean up, and we'll have to do that here in really the second half with this busy stretch of games.
You mentioned the chance that this is a game of momentum, it swifts, changes. Is it a matter of getting one of those? I mean, is it a matter of, is it a different game if one of those goals goes in, even just mentally, or just enjoying the game? Obviously, you're on the road here, but is it just a matter of finishing something? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, that's the game of hockey, right? I mean, a couple of those go in, especially when it's 1-0, 2-3-0 is a big difference. And we had our looks. I mean, obviously the would have loved to finish on those and get a couple for Helly, but like I said, we're going to have to be comfortable in games like that where both teams are getting chances, and it's deadlocked late into the game. So it's a learning experience for us, and one that we're going to see that exact situation again throughout the next few months. And it's a game that you got to find a way to get a point or two. I mean, that's the situation we're in now. We need points, and like I said, that's a learning experience, and we'll try to get that point or two going forward.
Seems like obviously you're in that game against the Blues, but is there any part of it where maybe the team feels a bit overconfident when you play a great game like you did with St. Louis? Do you see that at all, or is it not a matter of necessarily feeling too good about yourselves?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I think confidence is a great thing as a team. Teams that have a little bit of swagger are dangerous, and that's something that we're trying to have in our room. It's tough when we've been on the stretch like we have been, but no, I don't think we went out there as an arrogant group or anything like that, thinking we were going to snap it around and come out of here with 5 goals, 6 goals, and blow the doors off these guys. I don't think that at all. The way we played in the first period, and through a lot of that game, I thought there was commitment to trying to play that game, and some nights it's going to go your way, some nights it isn't. But as I said, it's a game where you got to try to get a point out of that one at least, and we'll work on that, and we'll learn from it, and we'll be better, and we're going to need to be better and find a way to get those points.
Given your schedule, you've had your fair share of breaks, but this one, you get to get away from the rink. You don't have to be practice kind of guys into your own thing. Can that be a positive thing, maybe, to help clear the head?
I think so. I think it's a time where we can reflect a little bit on the sort of first half of the year, if you will, and look at where we need to be, and everyone kind of looks at themselves individually, how we can be all better, and it comes at a good time. We want to come back refreshed, feeling good, and knowing the schedule ahead. I mean, it's going to take our whole room, and it's been kind of a weird last month and a half, really, looking back at the pause before Christmas, and obviously the sort of couple games week off. I mean, I just had that again, and now I do have it again here with this break. So I mean, it is what it is, but we need to come back rested and looking forward, looking to an opportunity that we have to get points, to win games. We're going to play a lot of the teams that are in front of us or that we're fighting with, and that's a real opportunity. So hopefully we can come back with that positive mindset and believe in ourselves, our group, and go after it.
I think that they have an understanding that we have to find a way to be better as a group, start to finish.
You got an even game from much of that game. You got chances on your side too. What do you find consistent?
We made a mistake at the wrong time. We're looking to push, to score, to create the offense. We take a risk. They turn a puck over and it's coming back the other way.
For a team as offensively gifted as your forwards are, do you find that not getting those chances or not finishing those chances rather lead to maybe taking some more risks when things don't go their way?
Well, I think that's human nature, right? When you're an offensive guy and you've got one goal on the board, yeah, you're going to push, yeah, you are going to take chances, and we had some looks, yeah, but that for me is that's normal. The big thing is you just have to manage the game and know how much time's left.
All points are going to be important, this season and moving forward, of course. But how disappointing is it after having the effort that you did in Saturday, against the Blues?
Well, I think it's extremely disappointing. We played a perfect road game a couple days ago, and we got rewarded. We were patient. We had the detail was there in our game, and we made some mistakes tonight that we didn't make on Saturday.
Consistency, we've been hearing lots from the players, from yourself over the last few days here, over the last few weeks, and I'm wondering, when you get a game like you had on Saturday against the Blues, it seems like when this team gets a bit of success, it's almost they can't handle it, or I don't want to say they can't handle it, but it seems like they don't embrace it. I don't know what the word is really, besides maybe almost an overconfidence when things go right. Is that fair or is that not?
Well, as a group, we shouldn't be overconfident. Obviously, in our position, we should be desperate, and we should understand that these points are critical, and we want to get ourselves back in a race. We're going to have to make sure that we perform every night, and consistency is going to have to be the number one priority. We're going to have to prepare ourselves to compete and be diligent in how we have to play.
Getting back in that race and then being in that race, you're going to find yourself, in a lot of these kind of one goal, could go either way games. And Josh kind of talked about the importance of, being comfortable in that situation. Is that coachable, or is it something that a team and a group just kind of has to be in over and over and over?
This group's been in a lot of one-goal games. They should know how to win one-goal games. We have a lot of veterans that have had success in the league. So it's not something that we should be getting used to. This is something that we should already be used to. Yeah, we have some young guys in our lineup, but that we're not going to sit here and start making excuses. We have to be better. We have to have a better read late in the game on a play, and we have a D going down. We got to have a forward coming up, and that's just hockey.
The break be a good thing, Dave, at this point, maybe just clear your head, come back, and roll into a very intense schedule. Some guys from last 40 games, I think 81 days.
Yeah, it's going to be busy, and hopefully we use the time and we reflect on our own personal games, and we look at areas that we're going to have to be better, and we come back and we're refreshed and we're energized, and we can put together a string of games. But the biggest thing is we got to get back to work. We got to make sure that we're ready for our next opponent, and we're going to have to make sure that we have that level of consistency in our game.